Playboy's Last Bunny Hop at 11.
Tonight on the CBS Friday movie.
You'll be laughed out of Chicago.
He's a big city reporter with a real knack for getting into trouble.
The bomb has done it again!
She's a no-nonsense scientist who hates reporters.
She almost killed one.
Together, they make the perfect couple.
Oh, the unmitigated, presumptuous gall.
Oh, there's no call to use big words.
Okay, here's a short one. Out.
John Belushi
I'd like to get this broad in a bowling alley.
and Blair Brown star in Continental Divide. Next.
We will return to John Belushi starring in Continental Divide.
A few years ago, when life in the big city was sort of driving us crazy, we bought an inn in Vermont. You know the idea, peace, quiet, sanity. No more weird neighbors making noises late at night.
Hi, I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl, and this is my other brother Daryl.
Yes, I know. Where was I? Oh yeah, peace, quiet, sanity. No more weird, crazy neighbors. Sanity, that's what it's all about.
This is CBS. We will return to Continental Divide starring John Belushi and Blair Brown.
Saturday. The name is Errol Flynn.
When he was good, he became a star. When he was bad, he became a legend.
Have you ever seen the moon from a photo?
It was fun while it lasted.
Rape? Me? I don't have to rape anybody.
But it wouldn't last forever. Duncan Regehr, Barbara Hershey, Hal Linden, My Wicked, Wicked Ways, Saturday.
Relive the memories with some of the greatest who ever played at the National Old Timers Baseball Classic tomorrow on CBS Sports Saturday.
Good evening from CBS News. This is Newsbreak. The Sandinista government of Nicaragua has closed a newspaper and threatened new tough measures against dissent. Peru's president revealed that police and soldiers executed more than 100 imprisoned anti-government rebels. Now this.
Dad, is there any way you could send the money today?
To send money fast, come to Western Union. It'll get to any of our 9,000 locations usually in 15 minutes or less.
Keep in touch.
Western Union, the fastest way to send money.
California lawyer Stephen Bingham was acquitted of passing a gun to prison inmate George Jackson 15 years ago. Jackson and 5 others died in a prison riot. Bingham had been in hiding for 13 years before his trial. Last month, for the first time in 20 years, the U.S. imported more food than it exported. I'm Eric Engberg, CBS News, Washington. More news later on this CBS station.
This is CBS. We will return to Continental Divide starring John Belushi and Blair Brown.
Sunday, following murder, she wrote. In honor of Lady Liberty's centennial celebration, a songwriter, a dreamer, a gigolo, and a fugitive arrive in the new promised land.
We're gonna live like Americans.
Ellis Island. An encore presentation featuring an all-star cast led by Faye Dunaway and Richard Burton.
I never imagined I would end up loving you quite so much.
Experience their dreams, their courage, their triumphs. Ellis Island, Sunday.
This is CBS.
This is Channel 2 Newswatch with Richard Brown.
Another young athlete has died suddenly. Coming up at 11, Cleveland Browns football player Don Rogers collapsed and died this afternoon. No word yet on what caused that death. We'll have the latest. Police want to know if a young Harlem girl was pushed 31 stories to her death. A show of support and a plea for help tonight for victims of AIDS. And Playboy says goodbye to a cotton-tailed tradition. And our Maury Alter takes us for a nostalgic spin. All of that ahead on Channel 2 News at 11.
Up Front with Shelley Winters tomorrow at 7:30.
And now the conclusion of Continental Divide.
Tomorrow at 4 Eastern, 3 Central and Pacific, CBS Sports will present third-round coverage of the Canadian Open Golf Tournament. Tonight on CBS Late Night, gambling and good times become big business in a small mining town. Warren Beatty, Julie Christie, and Shelley Duvall star in McCabe and Mrs. Miller. Tonight after your local news.
Next Friday, Nick's losing the battle of the sexes.
I want you to rip my...
How was it for you?
confused, desperate, and meaningless.
Lisa's running away from a bad marriage.
I hate him!
Yeah, I hate him too.
You don't even know him.
That's all right, I trust your judgment.
Are they made for each other?
I've been trying to talk to you for days.
Why don't we talk now?
I'm late for my train.
Or just escaping their pasts? Join Catherine Hicks and John Schneider.
I think we should make love.
Will they find their happy endings?
Come on.
Next Friday.
I'm gonna need help on this one.
Don't tell me.
Scarecrow, see if you can get a man to help you.
Whether on the court or off, Scarecrow and Mrs. King are Monday's toughest team to beat.
Lee, what's going on?
I don't like the look of this.
No matter who's hanging around, Scarecrow and Mrs. King always get their man.
I think I got the whole thing figured out.
Why don't you take a shot at figuring it all out yourself? Monday. Tuesday, they're rough and ready with an eye for crime.
That's always good to hear.
And always ready to put their necks on the line. Simon and Simon, Tuesday.
This is CBS.
Coming up, another tragic death in the world of sports. We'll have the latest on the mysterious death of a player for the Cleveland Browns. And thousands take to the streets in New York to ask for help fighting a deadly disease.
Also tonight, the search for answers in the tragic death of a Harlem girl. New help for people in need of heart transplants. A New York tradition is about to meet its end. And Maury Alter tells you how to cruise through your weekend. Channel 2 News at 11 is next.
Channel 2 News at 11 with Michele Marsh, Richard Brown for Rollins Smith, Warner Wolf on sports, and Dr. Frank Field with weather.
Good evening. Another young athlete has died suddenly. He was 23 years old, had a promising pro football career, and was to be married tomorrow. But tonight, in a tragic twist, Cleveland Browns defensive back Don Rogers collapsed in Sacramento. 3 hours later, he was dead.
Fear of the deadly disease AIDS brought thousands out into the streets of New York City tonight, a solemn gathering for friends who died. But I also found that in the midst of grief, there is hope.